Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. And here he is, Bud.
This bout is
one of the hottest. And there's the bell for round one. That left hook just missed. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. How about that time counter shot? They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They exchange punches. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. There's a counter shot. Fighters love being in this venue as the audience is right on top of you, and they will be bringing the heat tonight. They are ready to watch this showdown.
He's getting everything tonight. And you know what? When you're in a theater, you know you've got to perform. There's no cutting corners. There's no making of excuses because you're going to be so transparent and laid out there.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford and well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
The action is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice exchange here from both men. They block the left there. Can't find a home in that jab. Nice counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Crawford. On to the third. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Straight right just misses. Nice cap. Beautiful counter punch. Punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That uppercut misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Here we go to the fourth round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. This fighter's not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Miss with that jab. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. Let's see that again.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changed. Time for the fifth round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts. And you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. insane action. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford. Raise the bell to start round 6. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. It's bombs away. These two fighters are made for one another. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Putting the pedal. Whoa, wait a minute. Crawford's legs are all over the place. I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that, and you're going down.
Even I'd...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Got to look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Crawford. There's the bell for round 7. How to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
The way the connect percentages have to be. Did you see that? David Benavidez might be ready to go. No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Wow, let's take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And now it's time. Introducing first, Katie Taylor. One of the best to ever do it, fighting out of a...
This bout is...
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up... These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. She just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. She catches and counters. A straight right just misses. Counter punch. Nice defense on that hook. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven. Did you see that? Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt. Did you see that? The greatest female, the pound-for-pound queen, Katie Taylor, goes down. And you can see here on this replay, that body shot throws her in her trap.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself...
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. So it's planned. And there's the bell for round 2. Well, Johnny, give her some advice here. We know what she's got to do. It's desperation time after being dropped in that last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head full.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Perfect counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Are we about to see Katie Taylor knocked out? Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
counter shot. After what we saw in that. On to the third. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good defense there with that left hook. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Neither fighter willing to slow down. How about that time counter shot? Good counter punching. The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. It somehow weathered the storm.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they've got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Jab does not score. Jab slightly off target. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They got the momentum. Back at it in round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. Trying to land that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They're both trying for enough. Hold that thought! Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt! Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you continue.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
That is a show of character. When you're cut down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. It's not over till it's over. Time for the 5th round. She got dropped in the last round. Let's see how she does here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Oh my God, Johnny! Are we about to see Katie Taylor knocked out? Let's see that again.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter. I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer.
So we're going to fight in Atlantis. Why not? Saul Canelo Alvarez.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been... Here we go for round 1. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That hook doesn't score. Good counter punch. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. That was the moment.
Defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter shot. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of the people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Halfway through the round and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice weave. That hook won't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage. There's the bell to start round 2. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Reaction is second to none. It's a blink of an eye and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect.
Oh my God, Johnny! Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. And now they're right back into the fray.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that? Let's get it started in round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Looking to land the hook. Beautiful counter shot. And he fails to score with that left hook. Punch is beginning to take its toll. They exchange punches. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously...
Here we go to the 4th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Straight right just misses. Nice job blocking the hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. A straight right just misses. Counter punch right up the middle. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
That counter punch caught him clean. When are we going to see a jab from these two? perfect counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. There's the bell to start round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Only catching air with that hook. Good counter punching. How about that time counter shot? You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Can't change. Final 10 seconds here unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be. There's the bell to start round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Well done with that counter shot. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Punch, counter punch. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with that jab. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. He knows how to avoid trouble. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. Here comes round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
The perfect counter lands. Nice counter. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. A much better game plan here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Punches have to hurt. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging could be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. And there's the bell for round 8. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. Don't believe what we're seeing here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Don't want to trade shots. Got him there. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's level.
Real General's back in the building.